Hey, this is the Review Junkie, and today I'll be reviewing the new horror mystery thriller, Five Nights at Freddy's. As always, my review will be illustrated and the artwork is done by myself. And if you like movies, art, and comic books, please hit that subscribe button because all my reviews are hand drawn and I'd like to get to 1,000 subscribers soon so my channel can be official. This movie stars Josh Hutcherson, Elizabeth Lail, Matthew Lillard, Piper Rubio, and Mary Stuart Masterson. It is directed by Emma Tammy. This is a non-spoiler review, so everything I discuss will have been shown in the trailer. Absolutely no spoilers. I'll tell you briefly about the plot, the characters, my pros and cons, final thoughts, and if this is worth checking out at your local movie theater. Also, I just wanted to give a big shout out to Diana. She's a fan of the channel, very supportive, and always asking me about what movies I'm watching, what I'll be reviewing next, and for movie suggestions. She actually let me know this used to be a video game, which I had no idea. So thank you so much for being a fan. This review is dedicated to her, and I really appreciate the support. So I'm going to get right to the point. I didn't have high hopes for this at all. It's a PG-13 horror, and there's limitations in place with a PG-13 rating. It's also produced by Blumhouse, and they've been on a horrible downward spiral lately with Megan, the Halloween trilogy, Insidious the Red Door, Exorcist Believer, and so on. You know, all dumpster fire after dumpster fire. All rubbish. But I actually enjoyed this one. I don't think it's anywhere near being a disaster that Rotten Tomatoes has made it out to be. The plot pertains to Mike Schmidt, played by Josh, and he's going through a lot of personal problems, which is impacting his life professionally. He's also caring for his younger sister. One day, he meets with a career counselor, Steve Raglan, played by Matthew Lillard, who offers him a job during the graveyard shift as night security at Freddy Fazbear's Pizza Shop between midnight and 6 a.m. And this place is probably just like Chuck E. Cheese. And can you believe I've actually never been there in my entire life? Oh, and where's my career counselor? Don't you just love meeting a complete random stranger who offers you a job and direct deposit? Why has that never happened to me before? Okay. So as he continues working the night shift, things start to slowly unravel. He befriends a cop who covers that route at night, played by Elizabeth Lail. And soon, the restaurant mascots come to life and things start to quickly get crazy. But are they good or bad, and what do they want? So I think the teaser trailer gave too much away, and when I originally watched it, I thought it would just be a house of horrors at this pizza shop. However, this really is a family drama with droplets of horror elements. The thing that I found most intriguing was the missing person kidnapping storyline. I'm trying to stay spoiler free, but Josh's little brother is missing and he's doing everything he can to try and put the pieces together so he can get answers. That aspect and the mystery surrounding it really held my attention throughout. So movies get dinged a lot for not having enough character development, but here we get that, but it comes at the expense of actual scares. It focuses primarily on the kidnapping, so there's no real tension or unsettling atmosphere going on. Its dedication was given to that story arc alone. And to its credit, it does have its tense moments when the animatronic kill scenes are happening, but it plays it safe and a lot of it is shown off screen as the camera pans away. I do like that they used practical effects and all the mascots looked real. There's no CGI. There are tons of details in the design. At times, you can tell there is someone underneath. And I just love how they look so friendly sometimes, and then suddenly they give you a side-eye stank look, and you know they're pissed off. Okay. The performances are really good with what they had to work with, and for some reason, Josh just seemed like a messy drunk throughout, and if that was a requirement, then he delivered. There were also some emotional points in the film, and he did a good job during those scenes as well. But the standout to me was actually Elizabeth Lail, who I have not seen since the horror movie Countdown, where you download the app and it predicts when you're going to die. She played the cop with a heart of gold here and did it so well. I actually wish that she had more scenes. And Mary Stuart Masterson, who plays Aunt Jane, was good too. Her role is small, but it was so refreshing to see her because I haven't seen her and Josh in a movie in ages. She was also in one of my favorite teen films of all time called Some Kind of Wonderful. So I thoroughly enjoyed seeing her. Her character is a little nefarious and up to no good. Matthew Lillard is good as well, and he hasn't done a high-profile movie in a while, so it was good to see him as well. But he does have a very small role. So I don't have any real cons except I wish the horror element was amped up to be a true horror suspense thriller. There's only about 3 light jump scares, and 2023 overall hasn't been kind to horror. The best so far was Scream 6 and Talk to Me. I appreciate that they took the time here to focus on the kidnapping and did let things build up slowly, but we don't necessarily get that gigantic fireworks in the third act that I was hoping for. It just never reaches those heights. There were also things revealed in the third act that was a bit hazy and unclear to me, and I was trying to make sense of it. This is also one of those movies where I'm not sure an R rating would help because the primary focus is on the younger brother versus the kills. There is clearly setup here and vibes that are going on for like a sequel, and there is one mid-credit scene. So this brings me to my final thoughts, and this gets a 7 out of 10 from me. I did enjoy this one, even though it did have some pacing issues. The mystery aspect of it was the most intriguing, and when the reveals came out in the third act, I thought it was rather well done and did shock me to a certain degree, even though there were some predictable moments between certain characters. At times, I felt the animatronics didn't get much to do and almost seemed wasted, but they were used sparingly enough to entertain and deliver some scares when they were on screen. So this is a big green light from me and definitely something to see on the big screen where it's meant to be seen. So support your local movie theaters and check this one out. Also, thanks again for checking out my review. If you like, please subscribe. Helps the channel out a lot. Hit that thumbs up button. Feel free to share this with your friends. And if you happen to have a movie you'd like me to review, please let me know. I'd be happy to watch and illustrate it for a future video. Thanks again, and I hope the pictures put a smile on your face.